Hi guys, welcome back to the Home and Homestead. My name is Rebecca, and today we'll be doing some gardening, in particular some container planting, where we'll use various pots of different size, shapes, colors to make interesting containers for adding annuals and perennial plants. So follow along while we do some container planting for our deck, patio, and yard. So here I have a number of different size and shaped containers. I have a small little teal planting pot with a little metal stake that has a little saying on it that's rather cute. I have a nice tall crock style container, as well as two fermenting crocks. You can check out a video I have. Last year I planted these. You can check out what variety of plants and colors. You can either use vintage or antique crocks, such as the red wing crocks, or these are actually modern ones that I picked up from a local hardware store. I also have a cute little coffee cup shaped pot with a little saucer here that works as a drip plate. So I have a number of different plants here, and they're both annuals and perennials. Here I have an interesting, it's a velvety soft annual. It's called a silver dust or a dusty miller. I plan to place that into this crock here. I thought that would look nice with the light teal. I also have a lavender plant and two perennial lilies. I'll put these in these crocks. I like to put perennials and annuals and mix them up. Then the perennials come back year after year once you place your pot outside and it gets some nice water and sunlight. And lilies are great because they'll continue to propagate, and you have numerous lilies inside of one container. And here in this final pot I have a little licorice plant, which is a really cute and interesting plant. It has a silvery green small leaf, and the plant really grows and drapes, and it's really an interesting look, and it's great for a windowsill, perhaps on stairs, or be nice on your patio or deck. So first let's get this silver annual planted into here. This is a rather small pot, so I'll just put one in here today. So what you want to do is loosen up the root ball of whatever you're planting. This is a really nice filler plant here, the silver dust plant. So you can have a number of different annuals and flowers and things like that planted, and that'll be a really cute arrangement. Next I'll get the lavender in this pot. It's a really nice smelling herb. So I'll loosen up that root ball, get a little more potting soil to put around there. So here we have the first plant all planted in this teal pot, and I think that'd be a really nice look with the velvety soft light green plant. Here we have the lavender, and I added just a little more potting soil around it. And lavender smells lovely, and it works really nice. You can cook with it, and it's also great in crafts and homemade things such as soaps. Now we'll head over to our fermenting crocks, where I plan to put some perennials. I have these really beautiful lilies we picked up from a greenhouse. Get some of the soil out of the way. So break up the roots a little bit. So I picked these lilies up, like I said, from a greenhouse, but I had purchased a few other plants that day, and when we were checking out, the owner of the greenhouse said, "Why don't you go pick out a couple of perennials as a thank you for our business?" So I picked these up. And that's what's nice about shopping locally and for smaller greenhouses and things like that. You build relationships with the local businesses, and that was a nice gesture for them, for us. So now whenever I look at these lilies, I'll think of that greenhouse and the kindness that they showed to me. I'll get the other one in. I'll break up this root system a little bit. just to loosen it up. And we'll get some soil back around this one too. Here we have the 2 lily plants in their new home of these fermenting crocks. Now let's move on to our licorice plant. We'll add this to this little coffee cup pot. I've had this little coffee cup pot for many, many years already, and I just think it's a cute little whimsical look. All right, let me give all these plants a little watering, and we'll go over all the plants that we did together in these various containers. All right, here we have all of our plants ready inside of their containers. So on the far left, this plant here is an annual, and it's a silver dust or a dusty miller. So that'll grow in sun to part shade. And I have that in a little small teal pot. In the middle, I have some fermenting crocks where I have some perennial lilies, which will be nice year after year, and the lilies will keep expanding and creating more plants. And finally, on the far right, I have a licorice plant. I should mention it's a miniature licorice plant. It likes the full sun, and it'll grow to a height of 4 to 8 inches. Well, I hope you enjoyed our time together where we did some gardening and container planting, where we did both annuals and perennials in various size, shapes, and colored containers. This is a great way to add color and interest to numerous parts of your patio, deck, and yard. Well, if you're new to the channel or haven't done so yet, I would really appreciate you subscribing. And if you're interested in gardening, I have a number of videos in my gardening and in the yard playlist you can check out as well. If you enjoyed this video in particular, please give it a thumbs up. See you next time. Take care.